The new action thriller Point Blank has dropped on Netflix. This time it stars Frank Grillo and Anthony Mackie. So let's talk about it. Point Blank is a remake of a French film of the same name. When an ER nurse's pregnant wife is kidnapped, he must help a criminal escape custody, and he finds himself wrapped up in a complex conspiracy. As I mentioned in my intro, this is a Netflix original film, so you can check it out on Netflix right now. Be sure to share your take on the film down below in the comment section. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in between on it? With that said, let's get started talking about the good. And the best thing about this film is that it keeps its sense of urgency and momentum. After about the 10-minute mark, this movie gets going and it never really slows down. They're constantly in the middle of a chase, in the middle of a fight scene, or trying to work something out, and all of it always has an energy to it that's moving the story forward. By having a kind of pregnant wife inside of the plot line, it has this sense of danger and gives the film a ticking clock, so you're always on the edge of your seat waiting for the rescues, waiting for the new complications, waiting for her pregnancy to get worse. And because the story does involve a pregnant woman, you hate the bad guys inside of it. You want to see them get taken out, and this leads to a lot of satisfaction in the final showdown inside of the film. Then you gotta talk about our lead actors here with Frank Grillo and Anthony Mackie. Got a little bit of a Winter Soldier reunion going on here. I just love to see these actors in these types of roles. I think Frank Grillo is a great B-movie action star. I love B-movies, and I love to see him in these types of films. So right off the bat, this is just right up my alley. This is very watchable for me to see him do this kind of stuff. And then Anthony Mackie's kind of playing against type inside this film, as he's just an ER nurse, he's a husband, he's about to be a father, and so you throw him into this mix, he's just the guy trying to do the right thing and kind of playing opposite of the tough guy in Frank Grillo. So that was a nice change of pace. Also, the pregnant wife inside of it, she gets in on the action at times as she's desperately trying to have a healthy baby inside of it. So she actually throws some punches, tries to escape, and that was a nice little touch that they put inside of it, that she's not passive, she's not just cowering in the corner, she is proactive inside of the story. And then, as this is an action thriller, the action's handled pretty well here. There's a number of kind of wide angle shots inside of it, and when the action happens, you can tell what's happening. It's not cut to pieces, it's not all in close-ups, so I appreciated that about the film. There's also humor sprinkled throughout it here and there to kind of liven things up. There's also a really nice soundtrack here. In the first 10 seconds, they start playing Black Flag's Rise Above, which was a nice little touch. With that said, let's move on to the negative. And the movie didn't make any big mistakes for me, but it's also not doing anything new with the genre. If you like this type of movie, you will probably like this movie, but it's not going to be the most memorable, it's not going to be your favorite of the year, it's just another of a genre that you like. The story feels a little bit familiar, the characters feel like the type of characters you have inside of this film. You're going to see all the twists and turns coming about a mile ahead. The action is handled well, but it's not like cutting any new ground. There's not like a bunch of stunts that are like specifically, that was an awesome stunt. The fight choreography was amazing. The action sequences were gonna blow you. It's not that, it's just action that's handled well, and that's kind of the whole movie. It does a good enough job with the genre without doing anything new with it at all. So it ends up being a good version of this type of film that you've seen before. It hits all the notes it's supposed to hit. It moves quickly, it's got actors that you like to see doing this type of thing, the action's handled good enough, but it's all exactly the stuff that you're supposed to see in a movie like this. If you're a genre fan, you'll have a good enough time with it. If you're not really a fan of this genre, it's not gonna be the movie that wins you over. It's a B- overall. It's a 7 out of 10 on the entertainment scale. If you're a genre fan, go ahead and check it out. It's free on Netflix. If you're not a fan of the genre, you can go ahead and skip this one. For more content like this, check out that video right over there. I actually don't know what YouTube is recommending to you right now. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies too much.